As soon as we approached the woods, I heard a snap. Dogs immediately invested in the woods. There's something in there.
Long before these trails had names, people warned of a place in the high country where the earth itself felt wrong. Hunters spoke of hearing footsteps when no one else was there. Travelers told of being watched and followed, shadows shifting without illumination. Some came back with stories, others didn't come back at all. In this video, I'll share the moments that made me believe the legends just might be true.
So I'm making this video today as a little bit of a recap of the strangest experiences we've had in the mountains. Looking back as we look forward to returning to those same mountains. Thinking about it, the whole thing kind of reminded me of spirit or poltergeist activity almost. Not to say it was, but in the fact that the more we went, the more happened, the higher the intensity. They say the best thing you can do is ignore it, don't feed it fear, and it will go away. That's not what we did. So kicking things off with just me and the tent camping, exploring the mountains. And these mountains, at the time, still very new to both of us. And I say that we've probably only explored maybe 20% of these mountains. But it was a good day, no drama, no problems. And nightfall comes, we crawl into our tent, eat some dinner, plan to bed down.
The sun has gone down, and that's me and Yeti in the tent now. We've got all that good stuff in here. All that good stuff. I think we're both knackered out, so and that'll be it for us in the tent. We'll catch you guys in the morning.
So we switched the lights out, and you know that moment where you're just about to drift off, just dozing off, and then something catches your attention.
Yeti, let's go. Go. Come on.
So you can hear the Esther, she is completely out for the count. And this isn't the first time something like this has happened. There was an occasion we walked for hours and hours and hours, and we were both exhausted. We pitched a tent, bed down, and Yeti's again out for the count. I hear something coming from outside the tent. It sounded like heavy breathing, and it sounded like something was walking around the tent, because we were in a set of trees, and I could hear the branches kind of moving just around the tent. So Yeti didn't react whatsoever. Same thing there, just no reaction.
I heard footsteps.
So no actual explanation for the footfall. Maybe it was an animal, but I don't think so. If it was an animal, and this applies to both the occasions with the heavy breathing and the footsteps outside the tent. If it was an animal, on both occasions, I got Yeti out of the tent, and she didn't scent anything, nothing. She was just like, what are we doing? want to go back to sleep. So joined by the DC in this video, and I remember the strangeness here began almost immediately before we even found a place to pitch camp. Here Yeti's looking off into this valley, completely focused on the woods at the bottom of this valley, and so I'm looking to see if I can see what she can see, and as I'm looking in that same direction, in my peripheral vision, top left, I see this kind of black blob. I draw my attention to that, and it's a cat in the trees, in the mountains.
Right there.
So the dogs hadn't made out the cat yet. They could smell something. Doesn't mean it was the cat. The dogs were focused ground level on something, and the cat was obviously in a tree before we got there, because we didn't even go down to the woods, and we saw the cat in the tree, or I saw the cat in the tree. And the spooky thing is, later on in the video, you'll see the cat get higher in the tree, and it's looking down at something in the woods that, who knows what, wasn't the dogs.
She's not going to get down, not with one there and one there. So we're going to wander off for a bit, give her a chance to get down. Hopefully, when we come back, she would have got down and wandered off.
So we leave for a while, give the cat an opportunity to get down, and we were gone for a good hour. A little further into the video, I found a spot to pitch camp. I'm doing a little exploration, the dogs are doing a little exploration. I come across this olive tree, and I'm telling you guys about the olive tree. And then I hear a Yeti.
As with a lot of wild fruit trees in this region, yeah, it just doesn't receive the...
And I look down into the valley, and Yeti and DC are running from the woods at speed, and I don't believe they were chasing anything, right? Because I was up on a bridge, I could see everything, and I couldn't see anything running from them. Hence, I feel like maybe they were running from something. And so I go down to the woods. Now, on the side of the valley that I was on, you couldn't enter the woods. There was just a natural barrier of crown thorns, and you just couldn't enter the woods. It was impossible without getting scratched up and bleeding and whatnot, and then not being able to get out. So I got down to the woods as far as I could, because I heard movement coming from the woods. I wanted to go and check it out, but the movement indicated to me that it was something large moving through the brush.
Those noises I've been hearing, they're not the cat either, because the cat is still in a tree. So the dogs don't want to go in the woods. The cat's up in the tree, out of the way of the woods, and whatever is in those woods, moving around. Obviously, no one wants to deal with. So if the cat wanted to get down, now would be the ideal time. But the cat's not getting down. The cat is getting higher in the tree, and it looks like it's looking down at something right now.
So a little time passes, and it's quiet for a while, and nightfall comes. We go to have some dinner, and while I'm eating my dinner, that's when I hear what sounds like a voice. And a voice is, of course, is coming from the woods.
Get some pack members that aren't going to just abandon me. So legit, I'm sure I heard someone say help or help me. I'm pretty sure it's coming from those woods. I haven't seen the eye shine. No eye shine. It's all quiet. Just probably Nope. Nope.
Somewhat unsettling. We've all heard the stories about people being lured into the woods by voices, and the thing is with those woods there, it's once you're in them, it's extremely difficult to get back out of them. It's like a whole different world in there. It's so dense, it's thick, there's a carpet of pine needles, and once you tread into the pine needle, you'll sink into the ground. It's like the ground's just swallowing you up. It's really not nice woods. Explanation for that, who knows? I don't. And to give you an idea of just how dense and thick those woods are, if you attack them from the other side, you can enter the woods. Partially, it's not easily done, again, but you can get in there with hard work. And you can see just how thick and dense these woods are.
Oh my god. I'm just sinking into all these pine needles. There's like something, could live in there. It's probably a good little shelter.
So naturally, after the previous events at the woods, the next step would be to camp on the wood line. As soon as we approach the woods, I hear a snap. Yeah, this was a strange video. We came back and whatever was in there kind of ramped up the intensity almost. That's what it felt like anyway. So the plan was to camp on the wood line in an attempt to basically try and get eyes on whatever was inside the wood. Yeti goes into the woods and I hear her.
Third time we've been back here.
Something's happening in there. And when she finally reappears, she comes out of the woods with these 4 scratches going down the side of her body. And I have to argue that it wasn't crown of thorns, because the scratches were like finger length apart. So it was more like a hand.
Look on her side there. Look on her side. I wonder. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4 scratch marks. I wonder if that's what made her whelp in the woods earlier. But they're almost like they were more finger width wide. They weren't obviously TC. They weren't any crown of thorns. They were wide. I'll have to check those out in a minute. One of the unsettling things I noticed when we came here last time was just how quiet it was. The complete lack of wildlife noise. No bird song, no sound whatsoever. Just like now. Nothing.
Yeah, the silence was deafening. No bugs, no bird song, absolutely silent, super eerie experience. And it wasn't the first time it happened in those mountains. Sure, it won't be the last time it happened in those mountains. When it all goes quiet in the woods, you need to leave, and quickly. That's not what we did. So the weather turns, begins to rain, and so I set up my shelter directly on the tree line. There's nothing much to do at this time but watch and wait. And every now and then I'd scan the tree line and to see if I could see anything, and I saw something.
Can't be sure. For example, I'm going to show you as we're scanning along, middle of the screen, between the 2 branches. Does that not look like a head and shoulders just staring straight at us?
Pareidolia, potentially. I did keep an eye on it, and when I went back later, it wasn't there. But whatever it is, super creepy stuff. You have this dark figure in the middle of these dense woods, in the rain, appearing to stand there, watching us. Yeah, creepy.
So Yeti found some kind of flesh, got the hair on. It's yeah, that's a don't know.
I didn't know, and I still don't know. Black hair, grey skin. I have no idea what animal or creature or entity that could be. But yeah, he just, you know, she goes out, finds these things, brings it back. I don't know whether she did it herself, or whether she ripped that flesh off herself, or whether she just found it somewhere. But don't really want to know what it is. So the unsettling thing about this clip is you have Yeti and DC, two completely different personalities. And the roles are almost reversed here, because it's DC barking at something in the woods and Yeti is sitting there and just staring at me, which is also unsettling at any time. It was nearly impossible for me to actually get to where DC was, to be able to have a look myself at what she was barking at. I tried. Too many crown of thorns, too many bushes, too many, you know, it's a total obstacle course that consists of millions of thorns. Yeah, so DC barking, barking and barking. Pretty aggressive kind of stance, as if to say, you know, don't come out here. And yet he's just staring. I don't know what, I've never known what to make of that.
Thing is, if it was a person, Yeti would be barking too. What are we gonna do? What's she barking at?
So things settled down and head back to the shelter to preparations to make some dinner. And that's when I hear this. It's hard to describe. It's almost like robotic, but like an old radio kind of sounding noise.
I think we're now going to go and start moving camp, and we're just going to take it up there, make some dinner. The fuck is that? The fuck is that? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That, isn't it? Yes, sir. No, that. Lady, you can catch up. We're leave. Jetty. Let's go.
And it's just one thing after another in these mountains. I remember we were out on a dog walk here, and naturally I take my cook set for that mandatory coffee, right? You need to do that. And so I find a nice place to stop, make my coffee, and I'm sitting there enjoying my coffee. And I remember I kept getting this odor every time the wind blew. It would carry this odor in the wind, and it would carry it straight to me. And so I sensed the direction that this odor was coming from, and at the same time I sensed a sound of tooth on bone and the unmistakable sound of the dogs chewing bones.
And so I'm walking towards this smell and sound, and of course, a bone. Perfectly normal, right? That's perfectly normal. We're out here in the wilderness. You're gonna find bones. Another bone, cool. More bones. and a skull. So there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's normal. But then what I found abnormal was more bones and a skull. And another skull. And another skull. And another skull. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 skulls, bones, 8, 9. All of them in one tiny place. I find that pretty abnormal. I'm an outdoorsman. I am outdoors all week, every week. And I've never come across so many skeleton skulls in one single place. Normally find them scattered around. So I go to put my bag down, go to sit down, lean on it. That discoloration, you can see the discoloration. That's blood. Like, yeah, some of these still got some, obviously, flesh on it. I'm taking a bit more of a walk around what we come across just up this tiny hill here. Obviously, more bones. They're just everywhere. Over here. Look at the carcasses, huh? More skulls. Another skull. The smell around here is pretty intense. Putrid, right? That's a good word for it. Putrid. And the flies are everywhere. That's a fresh one, huh? That's fresh. That's fresh. And that was that. Fine. We got some fresh stuff, huh? Ooh. She's not letting her go out there. That's a prized possession right there. Look at this. You see, it's okay. Be nice. Agu, come. Come here. Agu. Yeah, they're a bit funny about their food, huh? It's okay. Look at this then.
Bones upon skulls upon carcasses, some old, some fresh with flesh. Now bear in mind this area is in the absolute middle of nowhere. There are no roads here. Someone mentioned poaching. The trouble I have with that is obviously you're going to kill these animals and take them all to the same area. What would be the point? You have to carry them all to the same area. You know, I don't see why you would.
Now this isn't too far away. It may be 5 to 10 minute walk to the forested valley where we've encountered so many strange events. And so is it connected? I don't know. If you think about animals and you know, when an animal dies or something dies, animals will eat the corpse. Generally they'll scatter, you know, they'll take their piece and go with it. Here it's almost like something has brought these corpses here and eaten them. It's the only thing I can think of. It wouldn't make sense for a hunter to just, why would a hunter, a human being, why would a hunter have, it just doesn't make sense for it to be a human being. A hunter maybe, but not a human hunter. It's a very odd situation.
Something, not someone, something killed these animals and took them to this area, like a feeding ground, right? It's like a feeding ground, and it was a pretty strategic area. It had an overlook, so you could see everything in the mountains. You see everything coming, but at the same time, it was hidden away. So, yeah, I believe it was some kind of feeding zone. Out on another early evening dog walk, and I remember Yeti becomes invested in a scent she's picked up, and I like to encourage her in these situations because she doesn't hunt, but she loves to hunt. So like, she's not an active hunting dog, but that, you know, that's what she was born and bred to do. It's in her blood. So I do like to encourage it. I let her take the lead, and I follow.
Still on the trail right here. Yeti was checking out this stuff. It looks like a no idea. Wow, that's just scary, huh? Waiting. We're gonna go home soon, Yetta, huh? Where are we going? Maybe the scariest thing isn't actually the little doll with the creepy smile, but actually the location in which we're in, because we're pretty deep into this plantation right now. And it's going to take some effort to dump whatever that is. I assume some kind of stroller, maybe. Baby toys. Could take some effort to put them there. Where are we going, Yetta? Well, at least we're out that plantation now. What is that? What's this, Yetta? It's creepy, huh? What is that? So, this is where she leads us. I don't know what. That's super strange, huh? Like burnt into the rock. So obviously these mountains are strange places. Someone's come out here and made this. They've made this, and I don't know what to make of this. What's your guys' thoughts on this? I have no idea. Maybe it's some kind of worshipping thing. Maybe it's just a sign. Maybe hunters. Kind of marker. I don't know.
So the actual sign, marker, super bizarre. No explanation for it. Obviously, if it was hunters use it, I don't see why it would be burnt into the ground. That dark circle around the bones and the skull was soot, where a fire had been basically ran around the bones. So yeah, super bizarre, and it only continued to get bizarre once we returned during daylight hours.
Just walking along the outside of the plantation. I see DC sitting down. I look at her, I look up, and there's this thing hanging from a tree, piece of string. What is this supposed to represent? Again, another marker? It's a strange marker, especially considering it's a upside down cross, huh? Along this trail. Another one of these upside down crosses. Now, I believe they're markers because we're on this trail, what I thought was a game trail, maybe, but people use game trails also. On this ledge. Okay. So we've got a stone circle with 4 upside down crosses in the middle. Now, they could be attempting like a teepee fire lay, but I don't think that's what we're going for here. It's interesting. Upside down cross. What does the upside down cross represent? The devil, I assume? Something to do with that kind of thing? If there's black magic like this occurring in these mountains, could that explain all the unusual occurrences, the odd experiences, the high strangeness? And this reminds me of the legend of the Loch Ness Monster, who some believe was summoned through the dark arts by Aleister Crowley. Now, if I believe this is some kind of ritualistic practice, could that then explain all the strange experiences that we've had?
So what do you guys think about these events in the mountains? Let me know in the comment section if you have any answers. If you want to see me back in those mountains, let me know, we'll make it happen. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll leave you with an honorable mention, okay? Because it sure creeped me out. And so sometimes we like to go into the mountains, play around with some ghost hunting, and use some apps to facilitate this. Now, effective or not, they can result in some pretty creepy answers.
Back. We are back, DC. Let the games begin. DC was barking at something. You barking at something. What is it? What is it? She's alerted. She's on high alert. She's down there. You down there, DC? Is it? I hope there's Yeti. I'm pissed off because I literally just started this and it came up with "in the dark," and then it said, well, actually I can show you. See right there, "in the dark, what is that?" But I didn't get it on camera. It was creepy, super creepy, unbelievable, typical. Didn't get it on camera. Let's continue our conversation, huh? Let's you asked, what is that? Are you talking about the head torch, the light? You can see the light.
Fool.
Why am I a fool? Because I'm here? In this place? Is it dark? Talking to myself? Is that why? Oh, super stiff right now. And not in a good way. So as I panned the camera back, I caught some eye shine in a trail right next to me. Didn't see it at the time, didn't hear anything. Easier. We can do this.
How?
How? Yeah. How am I a fool? Who am I speaking to right now? What is your name? I just heard some kind of... What the fuck, huh? Ready? What's going on, Yeds? Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. You find that funny? You find that funny? Huh? Making noise? Irritating the Yedster? You find that funny? No? You don't have to live with her. I do. Okay? Let me in on that secret test. You okay? What's the problem? Okay. I don't know why she's sitting right behind me growling.
Test.
Test again? Okay, yes, but I prefer it if you didn't growl at me, huh? Like, I don't mind during the daytime when we're not in the middle of a dark woods. You're sitting right behind me growling. What is that? Holy moly. So we're still waiting for this this person's name. Can I sit down? Is it safe? What the fuck is that? Huh?
Ralph.
Your name is what? Ralph. Jesus. Good timing, Ralph. I was just concentrating on something. What is this? I'm not really right where I was about to sit. It's hair. Dark hair. Okay, Ralph. Are you the dark figure that was watching us within the woods the last time we were here?
In the dark.
That was you. In the dark. You were the dark figure. Yes, I hear something. Yes, there. Eddie. Be alert, please. Walking around in there. We're right by this little trail. It's good.
I want it.
Do you want? Do you want it? What is it that you want?
Sad.
Ralph, can you explain to me? Is that you I hear, Ralph? You're moving around. You're moving around, Ralph. Is that you? I don't know.
I'm right here.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why the dogs aren't reacting to whatever's moving around in there. They are not reacting whatsoever. Now, why is that so zoomed in? Jesus. They are not reacting. It's that's the scariest thing about this whole thing. So Ralph, you're right here with me. Do you want me to leave? Oh, it's such a bad headache. Do you want me to leave, Ralph?
I can't leave.
You can't leave. I know. So it was you I was speaking to earlier when you were saying you were stuck. Why can't you leave? Well, because you're stuck. Do you want me to leave?
Hello.
Hello. Okay. Is this someone else I'm speaking to? What is your name? Fuck off, mate. Jesus.
Sinful.
Sinful.
It's dark.
It is dark. It's dark. Is it dark where you are? You're right here with me?
Hello.
Hello again. It's creepy, huh? Creepy stuff. Oh, what am I gonna say? Are you a human being, Ralph? Or are you a different kind of entity? Because a lot of strange stuff happens here when we come here. Did you scratch my black dog? Was that you, Ralph? Definitely something walking around in there.
I'm not sure how.
You're not sure how to leave. How are you not hearing that, Yeti? What the fuck? Jetzt. Why did it beep again? Yeti. How can you not hear that? What is that magnet thing that's supposed to be then, huh? That's what beeping?